Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to your April 2026 Pick a Card Tarot reading. Time and energy are fluid, so even if you're not tuning in when I release this, if you tune in 3 years from now, this energy will still be good because yourself reached out for the energy that was right for you. Does that sound right? Bear with me. I have struggled with doing this whole thing on camera for quite some time, and I'm just trying. And I've already taken a few attempts at doing this particular one as well, so just bear with me. I'm nervous, and I will probably stumble a lot and a lot and just generally be a little awkward. That's my thing anyway. So all right, so the first deck that we're going to use is the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy Demarco. Absolutely beautiful. I've got a few decks of hers and have some more on my wish list. This one isn't in my shop, but I'll leave a link for you. Yeah, pile number 1. You have faith. Pile number 2. You have discernment. Pile number 3. And of course, if you don't want to see all the shuffling and all that business, I will leave a link. I will leave timestamps for both the card choosing part, card selection, and as well as the timestamp for each of the readings, so that you can just go down there when you need to. Skip right ahead. Balance is for number 3 and number 4. One more. Resistance. Oh, I love that one. Okay, let's pick out some crystals to go with these cards, shall we? Pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Faith card with the Seraphinite. And I still want to see it. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah. Okay. All right. And again, in case you forwarded through my nonsense, skipped past my nonsense in the beginning, or, this is like my 5th take, so maybe I didn't even mention it in the beginning. But this is relatively new to me. Not tarot, but, trying to do the whole reading on camera thing. It's very strange for me, and I'm trying to just, do better. So I may be a little bit awkward. You're going to hear some long silences and a lot of stumbling because it's kind of my thing anyway. So please do bear with me. And I hope that you enjoy your reading. Again, you chose Faith with the Seraphinite. And the Seraphinite is just so pretty. I really want to make a piece of jewelry out of it. New pendant coming, guys. All right, so let's see here. We are also going to use the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Huston. Also, I do not have this one in my shop either. But I'll, of course, leave a link for you. Pile number 1. Life is gonna life sometimes, right? I don't think that new difficulties are coming in April. I think you've been having some difficulties. The Five of Swords is like a lot of the Five of Swords is somebody who, it's after the battle. It doesn't even matter if they won or they lost, because they realize the real price of the battle, right? It's that feeling of acceptance, and just saying, yeah, well, this is what it is, and I'm just, just gotta go do what I gotta do, right? The Two of Swords, however, the Two of Swords sometimes is like a willful blindness. You're not paying attention, or you don't want to look at the options that you have in front of you or whatever. But I do feel in this case that the Two of Swords is more about just not having the answers. They're not available to you at this time, or you have a little bit of an understanding, but you need more information. I feel you need more information. And I also feel like with the Devil here, don't get worried about it. The devil is basically our attachments, right? So this could be addiction. This could be codependence. It could even be, in this case, there's one of two things. All right. Number one is be careful of overdoing it, right? Of if you're sober or something like that, or you're tempted to go back to an awful ex, think again and remember why you're not doing that. But it could also be a need to do the things that that you may consider, oh boy, to go out and have a good time, to do some things that maybe seem a little bit frivolous to you. Of course, be safe and make good decisions, but you can do things that are fun or fulfilling, or maybe a little bit naughty. It's okay to be naughty. You can be naughty. You just want to make sure that you take care of yourself and always have your well-being as a thought to ask yourself if you want to do this thing or not. You want to do this thing, how's it going to affect your well-being? That's a very big question to ask yourself in this next month, because I do feel like you could use a little bit of a break here. And some fun. Look at them dancing. You need fun. You need fun. You've had like a hot minute of just not so serious. And with good reason, obviously. But you need a break. You absolutely need a break. You need to laugh. You need to dance. Whatever it is that you can do to lift yourself and free yourself a little bit more. Because I think that's I think you've just got your head down so much. You've got your head down just trying to, do the things that need doing. And in the meantime, that's all you're doing. And you have to take a break from that. You have to do some things that, create, dance, love, do things that make you smile and laugh and lighten things up. Do something new and laugh at yourself for feeling ridiculous about it. I do think that faith is a very big message here as well. It's so easy to worry about all the awful things that could happen. Even all the awful things that are happening. You know, there's no shortage of awful things. But there's also no shortage of amazing things either. It really just depends on where you look. And this month is all about looking towards something that makes you feel a little bit better. And having faith in general, you know, faith that you'll make it through this situation. Faith that, I'm hearing the humanity thing, you know. When it comes to the humanity thing, I know that that's so easy to just, we're constantly bombarded by all the awful things that humanity does. That's what gets clicks. That's what gets ratings. We don't see all the awesome things, all the beautiful things, even a fraction as much as we see the awful and scary things, because it's profitable to make people feel insecure and afraid and all those awful things. But let me tell you something. Yes, there are awful people out there doing awful things, but there are also so many wonderful people. Think of you. You are a wonderful freaking person, are you not? If you exist, of course, those other wonderful people like you exist out there as well. Stop looking for what could go wrong, because things are going to go wrong here and there. It just happens. That's just what life is. You just got to keep your focus on trying to balance that out. That's what I'm looking for. Balance. You can't stay in a dark place and not come up for air once in a while. And a lot of you, this is really just, you know, you're just working so freaking hard and you don't feel like you have, that could be the devil too. You don't feel like you can take a break, can take a day off. You're already struggling. There's so much to do. There will never be a shortage of things that you have to do. There will always be more work to do. Always, always, always. You have to be intentional about creating time, quality time for yourself, to let loose and to what's the word I'm looking for here? To lighten up. Lighten up. That's what we need here. Not easy. I know it's not, especially when you've got difficult things happening in your life. And in the world, you know, a lot of difficult things, just, you know, like I said, no shortage of that stuff. Which is why you have to create time for yourself. Create time to feel good. Create time that feels freeing for you. Freeing, lightening. That's the big words that I'm getting here. And have faith. Everything is temporary. Everything is, the good things, the bad things, they're all temporary. So when you're going through something rough, remember, it's temporary. It will end. It's not going to stay that way. And when something wonderful is happening, it is also temporary. So make sure that you lean into that as much as possible and enjoy it, savor it while you have it. For the month of April, or whenever you happen to find this, the month ahead for you. That's what we're about. The month ahead is about finding the other side, finding the lightness in your life. Because I don't think that you really see a whole lot of it right now. And I think that there's so much available to you that is just hiding underneath fear and responsibility and all that stuff. You have to be intentional about making time to not feel this crap. Take it from somebody who knows, you can be years in an awful situation, and you have to find the things that keep you going, right? Life can get rough. We have to remind ourselves of why it's also beautiful as often as possible, and savor every tiny little smile, laugh, opportunity to smile or laugh. That's your focus this month, because I can see that you're not feeling so great. Overburdened, overwhelmed, maybe even just kind of apathetic, blah. Like your world is gray. Add some color to it, huh? I wish you an amazing month ahead. And I want to thank you for joining me for this reading. I hope that it was helpful. Please do let me know if you did find it helpful, and interact with the content, all the things that they tell you to do. I would love that too, please. Thank you. Until then, I will see you. I will see you soon. And thank you again for bearing with me. Again, awkward stuff here. I'm trying. I'm struggling, but I'm getting a little bit better. So, please do let me know if this resonated with you, and of course you can check out another pile too if you're feeling called to do so. Okay. For those who chose pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose card number 10 with Wax and Gibbous 1, and Discernment is the keyword. That is such a cool card. And we have the pink banded agate from Botswana. It looks rather nondescript, but I'll tell you what, these things pack a punch. These agate, specifically a Botswana agate, was the very first stone that I actually felt the energy of. And I didn't know it. I wasn't trying to feel the energy of it. I was just looking to identify it, and then realize that my anxiety was gone. Very, very powerful. If you're dealing with anxiety, or you just want to bring a little bit more peace into your life, your living room, your bra, whatever. Agates are wonderful. All of the agates, they just have such a lovely feeling to them. Very mellow but powerful. All right. So, the next deck that we're going to use here is Tarot by Liz Huston. I do not have this one available in my shop, but I will leave a link for you if you'd like it. Ooh, you too, huh? All right. I think I need one more. I don't think I need one more, actually. But I feel like I do. That's it. Okay. These two go together. Okay. So discernment is, I keep leaning in against one of these mics. I got two mics going because last time I tried to use these freaking mics, they cut out I used one and it died on me and I didn't know it. And I recorded a whole long ass video with no sound. It was awful. So I've got two mics going now. And I hope you can hear me. So April's looking pretty good for you. I think that you may go in and out. You have been, I believe, going in and out of feeling like you don't have enough. But knowing that you're okay. I think that's the best way to put it. We're not looking at these yet. We're just looking at this one here. And we'll use this to tie in the reading in a little bit. So the Five of Pentacles, that is the feeling of not having enough. That's the feeling of being excluded. But it's also a card of the traditional card shows, I believe, a church and a couple of poor people on the front. Like the church is right there and the church can help them, but either they don't realize it or they're too proud to ask for help. And I feel that I may be a little bit of both in your case. You feel like you have to do everything yourself. We all do. That's the world that we live in, right? We're supposed to be independent and we're taught to ask for help only if you really absolutely have to, and even then we always feel like crap for doing it. Generally, of course. So with discernment and the King of Swords, I'm going to put him over here. No, I'm not. I don't like it there. You're doing pretty damn good on your own. You're doing the best with what you got. And it's a lot better than many people would be able to do if they were handed the same hand. If they were dealt the same hand. That sounds better. Temperance is about patience. This is one of the biggest keywords that comes up for temperance. But what I'm feeling with temperance is that it does go very well with discernment, and the puzzle pieces is just excellent here. You're not just going to take a puzzle piece and just try to just put it there without trying to find where it actually belongs, right? So in this coming month, I hope everything is on the camera. In this coming month, this is a month of cutting out what does not serve you. This is a month of not just doing a bunch of shit to see what works, because that's only just going to, because when you're just trying a bunch of things and hope that something catches on, none of those things are getting very good attention from you. And in order to make some things work, most things work, you really want to put good energy behind it and focus on it and commit to it, right? You should know that almost doesn't matter what you choose. If you're trying to choose a path of some sort, which way you should go, what thing you should choose, your message is that it doesn't matter. You're only unable to decide because they weigh about the same. They have the same appeal, and they could bring about, similar results. The big difference here is your commitment, is you choosing one thing to pour your energy and focus into, and to cut out all of the fluff. Get rid of the shit that ain't working for you, or the things that you dread. Obviously, there's always, kind of like worky things that we must do, and, but we do try to make the best of them, right? Throw on some music or make it fun in some kind of a way. But yeah, this is a call to, this coming month for you is about getting rid of what you can, task-wise. Like, not even task-wise, but you're doing this whole big thing, and it's got a lot of moving parts, but there's a lot of parts in there that are just fluff. They're not, they don't serve a purpose. They only take more of your time and energy that could be better put into the main thing that you're focusing on. You got this. You got this. And it's going to be a good month. Don't be afraid to get rid of stuff. Whether it's physical items, whether it's, responsibilities, ideas, ideas that you wanted to throw into whatever it is that you're doing. Focus on the one thing. Cut off everything that doesn't belong, everything that's not moving that needle for you. As you continue to focus, and you it's not a completion, but as you continue to focus and you grow this thing that you're growing, that you're working on, as it grows, you will be able to naturally bring in some of those other ideas. And they'll fit a lot better once you've got that once you've found your way with that main thing. The Nine of Pentacles. Look at her. She's living her best life. Nine of Pentacles is all about enjoying your independence, right? She built the things that she's enjoying, right? She built her life from the ground up. Excuse me. She did this. And now she gets to enjoy it. Independence is fine. It's okay. I'm an independent person also. It's, we should be independent to an extent. But to an extent, all of us, every last one of us, needs other people for different things, right? It's like a company, needs different employees because they do different things. I'm doing all the things myself, and I cannot wait to be able to pay somebody to do some of the other things for me. We need help. We need other people. We're here for each other. And I think that we live in a society that makes us feel freaking awful for just trying to, do what's natural for us. All of it, any of it. Yeah, April's looking pretty good, but I do so no huge, bad or good things or anything like that. This is basically a continuance of what you have been doing and just refining things. Centering your focus on that one big thing. Do not feel like you have to be doing all the different things all at the same time. Again, things will come together as you keep focusing on that one thing. Other things will start to filter in naturally where they belong. There is help out there. Sometimes you got to ask for it. I do think it might be, it would be a good thing for you to see if you can get a little help with something or another. That's definitely an energy that's coming up. Ask for help. Or partner up with somebody. Even if it's just a little bit here and there, In general, you're on a pretty good, you've got things laid out very well. Like, you've got a nice path set out before you. And I think that it's easy to let all the other things come in and distract you from your main freaking purpose or your main goal. It's okay. Get distracted and then pull it back in. Pull it back in and get rid of whatever is not moving that needle for you. If it's not moving that needle, get rid of it. You may be able to bring it back in another time, but it's not time for it right now. Right now, you need to focus on one thing and then just keep pulling your focus back to that thing. Okay? All right. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. Let me know if this resonated with you. Thank you very much for spending some time with me. Please do all the things, like, share, subscribe if you liked it. Interact with the content in some way, shape, or form. Whatever, you know the deal. Yeah, keep your focus. Ditch the extras and just keep going forward, okay? The next best step every time. Take care. Pile number 3. You chose card number 19, waning gibbous 3, balance, with the Prehnite. This is the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Huston. Gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I don't have it available in my shop, but I'll leave a link for you below. Alright, we got the pile number 3. We'll check the cards we're not going to take. Pile number 3. What's your April going to look like? What are we doing in April, huh? This card. This card. We need one more. Oh, okay. Hello. Bear with me for a moment here while I just sit with the cards for a moment. It'll get quiet. April's a fiery month for you. I think I need to wish some of you a happy birthday. If you're a creative, this is huge. Even if you're not a creative, we all have our our creative things anyway. You can be creative in work and problem solving, and our creativity comes in a lot of different ways. But I do feel that you're the type of person who puts their creativity to good use. And I think there's a lot of inspiration happening this month. You know, if you're here in the Northern Hemisphere, we've got spring is finally coming in, and everything's starting to wake up. Flowers are starting to bloom. The sun's coming out more and more. Weather's warming up. I was just out there without a jacket. Wonderful. It looks like April for you. I think you're going to be feeling pretty good and inspired and want to be doing the things, whether it's creating or going out to do things or, you know, what have you. You want to be doing the things. And you're going to be inspired a lot. I think you're going to be feeling pretty good. But I also see, how interesting is this? Got clouds around their heads. And she's the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is kind of being trapped with your own thoughts. Like thinking you're a prisoner, but you're only a prisoner because you think you are. That sort of thing. All those self-limiting thoughts that we have, our self-doubt, we're not good enough, you know, I won't be able to do that, you know, I'm not good at that, you know, it doesn't matter if you're good at it. Nobody starts out good at it. You get good at it as you do it. And when you start doing the thing, practice is what makes you good at it. Doing the thing is what makes you good at it. And when you start it and results are laughable, laugh at them. Be free with yourself. Understand, hey, this is cool. I'm learning. And boy, that was dumb, but it was kind of funny, huh? Right? You know, I'm an expert at that myself. Balance, obviously. I do think that you may be the type of person who is very much easily pulled into the extremes. You're either really regimented and focused, or you're off making crazy leaps and bounds on other things, and I don't even know. I've got these pictures in my head and I'm trying to decipher them for you. A lot of us creatives can be so taken over by what we're doing, what we're creating, by that feeling that's almost kind of a manic sort of thing. It's like we don't feel like we have to like finish this thing tonight, but boy, does we just want to keep going. We want to stay with it. And sometimes we have to, and sometimes that is the best thing to do, even if it, you know, gives us a little work hangover for the next day or whatever. But this month, you want to pay special attention to balance. You may overdo it a little bit here and there because of fun things, and not even necessarily is, you know, not like you're going out dancing. Oh, you might, you know, but whatever it is you're doing, even if you're working, whatever it is, you're enjoying it. And the fact that you're enjoying it makes it easy to push past the boundaries that you know you should be more solid with. Right? I do it myself all the freaking time. so loving what I do that I just want to keep doing it, despite the fact that my body is yelling at me. Right now at this very moment, as a matter of fact. So you're gonna need to focus a little harder this month on trying to bring things into balance. Nothing is ever perfectly balanced. Nothing will ever be perfectly balanced. It's all kind of just goes, back and forth. So you just want to make sure that if you're just doing all the things and putting yourself out here, you want to make sure that you give yourself an equal amount of time to chill afterwards, or what have you. Because it's really easy to put ourselves out of balance, crazy out of balance, when it comes to this sort of thing. So, yeah, I think April's going to look really, really great for you. You're going to feel great. You're going to feel really, really good and inspired, So you're just going to want to make sure to pull yourself to try to balance that out as much as possible, because even the fun and wonderful things can take a toll on us. Take care of yourself, huh? Whoops. I think you got a little bit of healing energy yourself too that you may be giving. You may also give a lot of your energy away to others. You really have to learn to replenish yourself better. Yeah, definitely. We're focusing on balance this month. Let yourself get carried away. Just make sure that once you're finished getting carried away, you spend extra time to make sure that you recover properly and take good care of your body and your brain and all those things. Yeah, don't just keep going. Take breaks. Big breaks. They have to be big breaks because you keep going so hard. So go hard for a couple of days and then make sure you take a couple of days to just chill and do nothing, or bring the mellow in, okay? Well, I hope this resonated with you. I hope that you got a little bit out of it. Next month looks great for you. I think you're going to be feeling really good. And just got to make sure that you take care of your body. It's easy. It's so easy to overlook some of the important physical things that happen to us when we get into these moods. So be mindful of that, okay? Really appreciate your time with me. I appreciate you bearing with me as I work my way through this whole doing this shit on camera thing. I hope that you will like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff that all the people say to do. Obviously it really would help me out a lot. And of course, obviously, only if this did resonate with you and you liked it. Yeah, that's about it. Next month is going to be good. But take care of yourself, okay? All right. Pile number 4. You selected card number 25, Waning Crescent 2, with the keyword resistance. I can already tell that we are kindred souls. I mean, we all are. You're here because you're my kindred soul. But I can already feel the power behind this reading here. And this deck that we're using is going to be the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Huston. I do not have this available in my shop, but I will leave a link below for you. Pile number 4. What's April looking like? What's next month looking like for Oh, yeah? Well. Sorry if I keep making noises touching the mic. Please do bear with me as I awkwardly work my way through this new experience of doing shit on camera. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to repeat myself a lot, and I'm going to pause a lot and stumble a lot and do all the things. So, I will, as time goes by, get better. So, thank you for giving me a shot here. Well, I'm trying to figure out how the resistance card fits with the cards that we have out here. And I think that as I talk through these cards, the resistance part will come in. I think you're going to feel on top of your game this month. You're going to feel on top of your game, doing well, especially financially. And that's relative, of course. Sometimes that doing well financially is more of a feeling of less about money than it is about feeling safe, feeling abundant, not having to worry about things, about the financial things. Like, you may not have enough to spare, but you've got enough to keep going. And I think that that's a relatively new development for you. I think that it wasn't too long ago that you felt way more lack than abundance, that you didn't know anything was out there that you've currently been taking advantage of, whatever energies or what have you. I also think this month is going to be full of really cool and interesting ideas. So you may be somebody who works for yourself. Or it may just even be hobbies or something to that effect. But the King of Wands is normally somebody who he's a fiery guy. He's got all these great ideas and all that kind of stuff. But he's also like, he often indicates an entrepreneur or something to that effect. And the King of Pentacles also he's the boss guy, right? They're both kind of boss. They got that boss energy. And the Four of Pentacles here, and I think this is where resistance fits. I think that because of where you have been previously, where you struggled with money or resources or opportunity in general, those create habits and behaviors and thought patterns, and they create these patterns that stay with us for most of our life, our entire life, if we don't try to change it, if we don't address it, right? Because we can always address these things. And I think that's what April is looking like for you. Your goal this coming month, and of course time and energy are fluid, so If you happen to be tuning in 3 years from now, hello from the past. It's nice to be speaking to somebody from the future. Yeah, I think that the Four of Pentacles, somebody who holds tight to their finances or whatever. They're afraid that if they loosen up, they're going to lose all the ground that they have gained, right? So you come from a place of poverty and you finally start getting up on your feet and feeling a little bit better about your financial situation, or what have you. But you still have that feeling, you still have that fear of, well, I could just be right back to where I was in the blink of an eye. And yeah, any one of us can lose everything in the course of a day. But we could also create amazing things in our life in the same space of time. Life is up and down. It's always up and down. And the problem with the Four of Pentacles is that he just holds a little bit too tight. This is an energy that needs to flow in and out, back and forth, right? Ebbs and it wanes, it ebbs and it wanes. Or ebbs and flows, waxes, wanes. You get me? And so we need to be a little bit more conscious about our flow when it comes to our resources. Your resources. I'm feeling that one of the big things in my mind right now is helping other people. I think that you will find that your resources grow exponentially when you are able to also give freely to others. Right? We all help each other out. That's, not one of us is meant to be a solitary person. We're meant to have connections in our lives, whether those are close connections, business connections, our communities. You just stay tight to yourself and keep it all to yourself. That's not making you happy, and you know that. Yeah, I don't have to tell you that. But I do have to tell you that it is a flow thing. It needs to, flow. Money needs to flow. Money and resources need to flow in and out, right? You help somebody who needed it. And that comes back on you in one form or another. A lot of times it ends up being, somebody who can help you out later in life or something. But in general, sometimes it just feels good, Especially, you don't want to give with expectation. We're not talking about lending somebody money. That's a different energy. We're talking about giving somebody. Don't expect anything back. And it doesn't even have to be money. You know what I mean? Time, your attention. But it is all tied together with, money and resources. Money is a big thing for you. And I think that, you just really want to, you're afraid that if you loosen your grip on what you've built so far. You're afraid that it's just going to, go kaput. And I can tell you that's not the case. You lightening up a little bit and easing your grip is going to make things flow a lot better. And that is where you're able to build better. This isn't serving you at all. These are serving you. Your inspiration, your freaking boss mode. This is good stuff. You're doing well. So it's time to address the patterns and behaviors of the things that you feel right now. Take a good look at them and to see where they're coming from. There could be a lot of self-doubt, fears, you might, all the different things. But just because you think them or feel them doesn't mean that they're true, right? It's just what our brain does. It only knows this one thing. So it tries to stay on course as if it will always be that one thing. It takes a little while and intention to create that new pattern, because you cannot thrive in the mindset of survival. This is survival. This is holding on for dear life. But that's not what thriving is, right? This is thriving. This is thriving. These are people who they've got their head up, they're open, they give, and they receive. And there may even be some weird self-sabotage stuff going on here. Maybe you feel you don't deserve it. Are you supposed to do something else? No, you're not. And you do deserve it. Abso-freaking-lutely. You've busted your ass. And you're a good person. When you have those feelings that come up, the feelings of doubt, unworthiness, afraid to go back to that place of lack. Sit with them for a minute. Ask questions. And understand that that's just one of the many different, you can have 10 different thoughts about the same thing. They're just thoughts. They're just thoughts and feelings. And you have the ability to train your brain to think better. You can. You absolutely can. It's called neuroplasticity. It's a real thing. You can train your brain to stop holding on so tightly. And I think that's probably your biggest thing that you should be focusing on this month is your self-talk and those feelings of holding on too tightly. Yeah, even here, with the resistance just so tight. Loosen up, huh? Loosen up. Life is good. It's hard, but it's good. And you're doing better than you ever have. And you might need to take a little bit of time to just really let that sink in. Think about where you were last year, year before last, 5 years ago. Think about how different things are for you now. How much you've accomplished, you know. We often look at the things that we do, our accomplishments, our steps towards our goals, you know. We see them as very small, minimal kind of things, and it's easy to just not even recognize them as they pass by. But that's one of the big things that needs to happen here, is you need to understand how far you've come and how much you do deserve where you are right now. You so deserve this. You've worked hard for it in so many ways, not just physical hard work or, you know, jobby job stuff. No, you've changed your entire life. Your entire freaking life. You took something small and broken and you made amazing art with it. That's what you did. Now you just need to realize that and loosen your grip. Everything in life, again, it ebbs and flows. You will have times when you have less money and more money. You know, maybe, you know, resources in general. But I think that generally, I think you're in the clear. I don't see... April's going to be a very good month for you. You just got to keep your focus on realizing just how good things are and allowing yourself to not cling so tightly to whatever you've earned or have built. It's the difference between you owning something or something owning you. April's going to be good. So make sure that you actually see that, huh? Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I do hope that this resonated with you, and I hope that it was helpful for you. Please do let me know in the comments, or, you know, do all of the things they tell you to do, you know, because it really does help me. Like, share, subscribe, blah, 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 all that stuff. But I really want to thank you for bearing with me as I enter this new chapter of my own life. And take care, huh?